Hello, and welcome to SoireeSips. I'm Stacia, and tonight I'm going to introduce you to an old school cocktail that disappeared from the menus for decades and has only had a resurgence in popularity through the craft cocktail movement that we've seen in the past 10 years or so. It's the AVIATION. Now, there are a few ingredients in here that you may not have tried. You start with a basic gin. I'm using St. George's Botanical Gin. I like this one a lot. I really enjoy the smoothness of it. It doesn't have a very distinct juniper flavor, so it pairs well when you're mixing it with other spirits. To that, we're going to add Luxardo maraschino liqueur. Now, you may be thinking of the maraschino cherries that you put on your ice cream sundaes. It is a cherry-based spirit like kirsch or something, but it's not the little cherries you get on your sundaes. So, a maraschino liqueur, and I have Creme de Violette. This is a violet liqueur. There are a couple different versions of this. Some of them are a pure violet flavor, and some have some additives that make them sweeter or have other elements in it. And lemon juice, and that's all that goes into this. So I have filled a cocktail shaker with ice. I'm going to put 2 ounces of the St. George's gin. To that, I am adding a ½ ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice, a 1/4 ounce of the Creme de Violette, a very pretty purple color. It's going to get a lot paler once we mix this up. And a 1/4 ounce of the Luxardo maraschino liqueur. And now I'm just going to shake this up vigorously with ice. And here's the fun. And I can't get this. Ah, here we go. Okay. We're going to strain it into a coupe glass. The violet color of the Creme de Violette will have dissipated, and it leaves you this really pale, almost a gray purple. It's very, very pretty. I am going to garnish this with a Luxardo cherry. Now, we could have used a maraschino, but those are kind of nasty and ice creamy. So this has a little bit of a more sophisticated flavor. It's also a very pretty color to go into the drink. Interesting thing about an AVIATION is if you go back to the early 20th century, the 1918, 1911, one of the popular bartending books in the Savoy Cocktail Book, the author left out the Creme de Violette. Now, I don't know if that was because it was a ingredient that was difficult to find at the time. So some of the AVIATION recipes you're going to find does not have the Creme de Violette in it, but I prefer it. I think it adds a really interesting little element, and I have a bottle and I like to use it. So here is the AVIATION cocktail. Cheers.